welcome to my crib. This is it. We built this whole van ourselves, me and Lewis, Mr. Cameraman. So we built this van in 6 weeks and we did it pretty much all ourselves with a little bit of help from people here and there. We don't have any experience building fuck all. We've never built anything. We've never dabbled with plumbing, never dabbled with electricity. Woodworking is a no.
Welding.
Well, yeah, I welded.
Shout out to the Brookses for helping us out.
To the fucking Brookses for teaching you gal how to almost weld. Mostly just use the grinder.
And making our bed.
This is our 2015 Renault Master. I mean, it's muddy. This is a realistic van tour. It's a really, really good, solid van. No rust on it or anything, so let's open her up. This is our garage, which currently houses the dogs. So in summer we went to Morzine and we took all our mountain bikes with us. We have big heavy duty sliders that can carry up to like 250 kilograms. So we have a big bike tray that slides all the way out and we can just lift the bikes off, lift the bikes back on, slide it back in. It's perfect. So now that we have the dogs, it has been repurposed as the dog's bedroom. So we've got the dog's personalised blankets, got like a little bowl holder. We made these to make sure that they're secure in the van when we're driving and also to give them a bit of protection against like if we crash. We've got these like pretty heavy duty bungee leads. So they're bolted in to the bed frame, so it's all super heavy duty. The garage houses all sorts of stuff. So we've got dog food, dog treats, we've got a yoga mat in there. We've got our camping chairs. We've got like a collapsible table which we sit at in the summer and eat sometimes. We've got our toilet fluid. We've got a jerry can full of petrol for our heater. And then over this side we've got our little light, which is actually our batteries at the moment. So we also have my little jump bike in here at the moment. We've got nets absolutely everywhere. So we've got nets up here which hold, like we've got dog jackets, we've got dog towels. We've got nets in behind the surfboard. So we do have space for a surfboard in here as well. We purpose built this space so that it could house 6'7" surfboards. Through there, that cupboard actually doesn't have a side on it. But that's all very purposeful and it's all, look at Alfie. Alfie. So aside from all the stuff that we have actually in the garage, we've also got stuff on the back doors. So on this side we've got just a bag full of like dog stuff. So we've got like balls, frisbee, some cat food treats.
Dog stuff.
Cat
food treats.
Yeah. If you have dogs and you want to train them but don't want to give them a lot of treats, buy cheap cat food and you can just give them one tiny nugget as a treat. We've got just like a little net up here which we have our books and stuff in. But that plant died, don't look too closely at that plant. Yeah, never mind, RIP. So on this side we've got, Lewis rescued this coat hanger from his work. All of the pegs had fallen off, so they were going to put it in the fire, and then he was like, oh, I have a whole bag of door handles at home, I can fix that. So he brought it home. And then we have some other hooks on the back here as well, which just hold like bags and like that's the dog's wardrobe. Yeah, that's the garage. Right, so if we come round to the front door, you're greeted by the dog. So you come in, you've got your light switch here. Then that brings us to mistake number one. This was where we were going to put the heater the first time round. Mistake number two, this is where we were going to put the heater the second time around. And in there is where we actually put the heater. That's our heater down in there. Third place we decided and committed to installing the heater. So if you're looking to put a heater in your van, put it under your front seat. Chinese diesel heater, I think it was about £110. It just runs off diesel, so we just have our tank here, which is bolted into the framework of this worktop. We've got our plumbing. So this tap was made for us by one of our friend's dads. We'd asked him if he had any ideas on like how we could do a tap. It took him approximately 5 minutes. He welded a long piece of copper and a short piece of copper with two 90-degree connectors in between. So we have our beautiful, beautiful sink and our
beautiful sink.
Oh, beautiful tap.
We do not have a beautiful sink.
No.
We have a glorified salad bowl with a hole cut into it.
Yeah, our sink that doesn't fit our frying pan in. Problem. It doesn't fit. So we need a new sink. But you live and you learn. And also if you're watching this video before you've built a van, learn from us. So our plumbing system is so basic, but it works beautifully, effortlessly. No leaks after the first leak, which we fixed because something wasn't on tight enough. Make sure you tighten all your bolts when you're doing plumbing. It is done completely on a foot pump, so there's no pump, there's no electricity, it doesn't have any draw at all. It's just a self-sustaining, cute little, super easy system. So you actually get a really good, decent amount of water coming out with every pump. And I feel like we use so much less water because we have a foot pump, because if you have a tap, you just turn the tap on and then it's an inconvenience for you to turn the tap off for a second. Whereas when we're using the foot pump, you have so much control over how much water is coming out. So we've got our 50-litre water butt in the back here. We've got our 10-litre grey water tank in the front. The pipe goes down into our water butt, comes out into the foot pump. Then we've got this clear pipe here which runs from the foot pump up and connects. Get some light. Yeah, so you can see there where that just connects onto the bottom of our copper pipe there. And at the bottom of the sink here, we've got the grey water pipe. We've just cut a hole in the lid for this container. On the inside of our water cupboard door, we've got a few little rails which just hold our tea towels, and we've got our toilet roll holder here as well, which brings me to how we toilet. We have a toilet in the van, and I swear to God, it is the best thing we ever bought. Our toilet is a porta potty and it lives in here. We've got a cupboard in here which has our bin in it, just a bunch of general household stuff. So this is just the other side of where the surfboard lives. Rather than having like actual shelves within this cupboard, it's actually all just nets so that we can still use it. We have like towels and we have like all of our spare gas and everything in there. It's just that rather than having a piece of wood which is completely immovable, we've just got a net which we can unclip. So if we have a longer surfboard at some point, we can just unclip these nets and we can fit the surfboard and it'll come all the way through basically to like here-ish, so that like our bin still needs some space, but you know, the surfboard can take up a lot of this cupboard, which what I think is very ingenious design. That was Lewis's very clever design idea. Our second unit, we have so much worktop space. Like, we have a million times more worktop space than any other van conversion you will ever see, and I regret nothing of that. Obviously, top drawer is just like cutlery, general stuff drawer. We've got like, oh hello. Our build is not perfect.
It's rustic.
It's made with love and with no skill.
I think that's the worst I've ever seen Kirsty open that drawer.
On to the next. We've got a big drawer here full of stuff. We keep our stoves in the bottom drawer here. We've also got a drill.
Some tools.
This is my favourite drawer. Look at it, it's sick. I love that drawer. Yeah, if you have like gas and stuff, get a fire extinguisher. We have a fire extinguisher and a fire blanket and a carbon monoxide. Ah! Carbon monoxide alarm. Get those. Don't die. That is our worktop. And then we've got like just general bits and bobs screwed in. We've got like a utensil holder which is screwed in. We've got a fruit bowl which is screwed in. Got my lovely plant which is just on a net screwed in. Also, look, I painted a picture and I'm really proud of it. Yay. I'm really proud of it. Then we have all of our cupboards. The cupboards were incredibly easy to make. They're literally just 3 bits of wood with some other bits of wood glued to it. Would recommend this idea, by the way. This is a toiletries cupboard above your sink, which just gives the van that more spacious feel. Like, you know, this is the bathroom. You know, like over here you're in the bathroom, now you're in the kitchen, you know? So.
But yeah, in order to open this cupboard, you have to open this cupboard.
There's a lot of things in the van where aesthetics trumped practicality by accident, like genuinely by accident. So like when I was building these cupboards, I was like, ooh, right, okay, I'm going for this full, like, the bathroom is its own thing, the kitchen is its own thing. So I'm having a bathroom cupboard over here, and I'm gonna have 3 kitchen cupboards, and I'm gonna have them with 2 facing in the way so they open out the way, and the middle one opening up. That was my idea behind the design. Little did I realize that if you want that to happen when you also have an extra cupboard on the left, something else needs to change, and I still don't know what it is. We've fucked with these cupboards for so long, and I still don't know what I did wrong to make this not be able to open when that is closed. I don't get it. Hey, if anybody knows, if anybody is a cabinet maker and they know what my mistake was, like, please tell me, because it honestly drives me demented. Like, I'm a fairly intelligent person and I can't figure out okay, that is an issue because we need to sand it because we repainted the cupboards and now the edges are thicker because of the paint, so don't worry about that.
Every time we mess with the cupboards, it gets worse.
Building a van is hard when you have no skill, but it's possible. This is that you just have to deal with the quirks of it. So in here we've got our coffee shelf. Next kitchen cupboard, we've got some wine glasses, cannelloni that went out of date in 2017, you know, the usual. And then in this one is actually not a kitchen cupboard at all. This has our spare bedding. We've got some extra Sikaflex and a sealant gun in here in case of emergencies. And this is our first aid kit for the van. So this has like sandpaper, extra screws, just like stuff that you might need.
Duct tape.
Duct tape, electrical tape. Yeah, like pliers, we've got like wire cutters and stuff in there as well. So like anything that you might need in an emergency with your van, we've got in the first aid box for the van. And we've got these cute little things here which just hold an assortment of goodies. We've got this little plinth, if you will, like if you're having a coffee in bed, like we just chuck our phones on it. And then we also have a fridge. So this is our fridge. Our fridge is the best fridge in the whole entire universe, because if you were to look up camper van 12 volt DC fridges right now, you would see fridges this size for like £600. I am not even kidding you. Whereas to this gorgeous fridge we got from Just Campers, which is a brilliant website, highly recommend. So we bought this fridge for £350. So it's a fridge, it's a seat, and it's also a step to get up into the bed. So as you can see, Alfred is just licking his bits on the bed, and he managed to get up here on the bed because of this fridge, because they can just jump off the fridge onto the bed, and it helps us get up into the bed as well because it is quite high. So next to the fridge we have our MT50. So this shows us how the batteries are doing, and it shows us what we've got a 270 watt solar panel on the roof. So it shows us what the solar panel is currently bringing into the batteries, and it shows us how our batteries are doing. Then we've also got our carbon monoxide alarm. And then in here is our electrical cupboard, which it doesn't have any light in it. We just shine the torch in whenever we want to do stuff, so you won't be able to see it very well. I'll just tell you about it. We have in our electrical system a 270 watt solar panel, which comes in to our 30 amp charge controller, which then goes down into our two batteries, which are 115 amp hours each. And then that goes to our fuse box. Off our fuse box we run our USB, we run our lights, we run the fan. We've got a really, really good fan. We've got a Max Fan Deluxe. So that's an expensive boy. That was £300, but super worth it. The fridge comes off the fuse box. So coming off the battery, we also have the heater, which has its own fuse. So we have a 500 watt inverter. Yep. So this lets us have mains, so we can charge our laptops. Lewis can charge his toothbrush. That's pretty much it. It's just laptops and his toothbrush. We also have a split charge relay, which runs off the alternator within the van. So basically what happens is when you turn on your van, it starts to charge your van battery, which obviously is the starter battery. That's what starts your engine every time you turn it on. So it makes sure that that's topped up completely. Once it's topped that up completely, it just keeps topping it up, and then all that extra potential energy is essentially lost. So the system that we have taps into that, and it's almost like an overflow. So once our van battery is full, then the cables that we have attached to it and the little machine called the split charge that we have attached to it allow any excess power generated to actually flow into our leisure batteries that we have hooked up in the back. So it just means that you're making the most of driving. So whenever you're driving, as soon as that battery is full, all the other energy is going into our batteries. It's a really good backup to have. Like, you don't want to be reliant on just one source of electricity. You really want to have two. Our van is pretty well insulated. So we went with 2.5 centimeter Celotex around the whole entire van, and it's in the doors, it's in the roof, it's in the floor. It is absolutely every surface has some Celotex in it. We also have to separate between the front cab and the back. We've got our curtains, so we didn't want to go with an actual bulkhead because I just feel like it cuts off so much of the space. Like, we use this space so often. Like, as you can see, the dogs sit up the front all the time. Like, they love sitting up the front. And we use the folded down seat as a seat to sit on as well, and it just gives us so much more space. So I really am pleased that we went with no bulkhead. So instead we have curtains. So we have these super cute curtains that came from Lewis's nursery, adorable. We bought some thermal lining, and Lewis's mum very kindly sewed the thermal lining into the curtains for us. So these are thermal lined. They also have a blackout lining as well. So they just come across like so, and obviously when the heater is on, you want to have the curtain in front of the seat so it doesn't go on fire. But yeah, so they just come across like that, and then once they're across, if you fiddle with the top bit enough, then it's completely blackout, and it's really, really cozy. And secondary to these, we have some window covers, which I made with some Reflectix. And when we bought the van, it had like this weird white plasticky stuff on, like paneling all over the walls. So we just used that, and I've glued Reflectix to either side and cut it to the size of the window. So we have four press fit panels which fit in all of our windows. So as you can probably tell, it's now actually the next day. The camera ran out of batteries as we were filming yesterday. I think I pretty much showed everything that we have in the van. The one thing that we didn't sort of show is all our clothes cupboards, which are just over the bed, like so. Yeah, so we did this really cute mural behind our bed. Little did we realise that once you add the pillows back on, this happens. It completely disappears. So we're gonna need to repaint that at some point. That's again on our van to-do list. But yeah, I think that's pretty much our whole van. It's a very small space, but we pack a lot into it. And yeah, I love our van very much. We worked really hard to make it. We did a lot for the van, so now we're just sort of reaping the benefits of going away exploring in it, and it's great. But yeah, so that's our van. So thanks for watching, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye!